Hello you lovely people and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a cold start demo in the Azurpoly SOCATA TB-30 Epsilon. Yeah, live weather was just too windy, so I've got high cloud set up just for this flight, and I'm also flying from RAF Coningsby. It's somewhere I'm more familiar with and more comfortable to fly from. So let's get this thing up and running. First thing we're going to do is going to take the wheel chocks off and the pitot covers off, and we're going to close the electronic flight board. Then we're going to switch on the battery and we're going to clear the alarms. Okay, and we are going to make sure the fuel valve is opened, which it is by default, but we'll close it, reopen it. You can see a lever in the side of the cockpit that's easily missed if you don't know what you're looking for, which I did in the review. So that is opened, check. Okay, so engine anti-ice is off, check. Parking brake is on, check. We're going to make sure the propeller pitch is all the way forward, which it is, check. Next we will do the canopy. We need to do the front and back. We can do that from the front seat, luckily. Mixture is going to be all the way forward, and the throttle is going to be opened just a notch. Okay, we can switch on all the magnetos to both. Okay, and now we can switch on the starter proper. So we need to hold that down. Okay, let go of the starter now. No warning lights, everything is good. Okay, we can throttle back. Okay, and the RPMs should be to 1,200. So we'll throttle up to 1,200. Make sure the oil pressure alarm is off and the starter alarm is off. Oil pressure is in the green, which it is. Okay, we can do our before taxi checks now. So we can switch on the alternator, close the cover. Voltage is in the green. Avionics can now go on, and so can the gyro for the artificial horizon. And we can switch on our strobes and our nav lights. Okay, and we switch the transponder to standby. And we're going to check the oil temperature, make sure it's at a minimum of 40 degrees, and it's just off the notch there, so yep, all is good in that regards. Switch taxi light on, flick that up one, and then we can take off the parking brakes and make our way down the end of the runway. So do that now, get moving. I'm going to speed it up just to save time on the video, and you don't really want to see me weaving about on the runway in this thing. Right, we're going to do our run up before takeoff. So we're just going to stick the parking brake on. Taxi light is coming off. And now we're going to check our oil and cylinder head temperatures. So oil should be a minimum of 50 degrees. We're nearly 80, so that's alright. And we're still in the green. And the cylinder head should be above 100, which it is. Okay. Make sure that the fuel pump is off, which that already is. I'm going to run make the RPM run up to 2000. Settle it around about 2000 RPM. Okay, that's good. Okay, make sure the oil pressure is still in the green, and it is. Now we're going to test the left magneto, and we have a drop of less than 175 RPM. Now the right, that's the same. Try that again now. Yep, so we've got less than 175 RPM drop on the right. Go back to both. I'm going to idle the throttle, and the RPM should be minimum of around about 700 RPM. There or thereabouts, just below. Okay, and run up the RPM to 1200. Okay, voltage in the green, oil temperature in the green, cylinder head temperature in the green, oil pressure in the green. Okay, so prop pitch is all the way forward, mixture is at maximum. We can now put the flaps to 15 degrees, switch on the fuel pump, switch on the landing light, so go one up this time. We can take the parking brake off, and we can, well, line up. So parking brake off. There we go. Okay, yeah, the brakes are really working well on this. Okay, so what we're going to do is throttle up at 75 knots. We're going to rotate, and then we can get cleaned up. But before we do that, we can clean up the G meter, and we're going to zero out both the barometric and the G5 altimeter to 1012. There we go, and we're all good to go. Now we've got our pitot heat lamp on there. Okay, so that's all good to go. Right, so we can throttle up and be on our way. Throttling up, brakes off. Rotate, gear up, flaps up, trimming out, okay, we can now turn the fuel pump off and landing light off. And there you go, that's cold starting the Azurpoly SOCATA TB-30 Epsilon. So I hope you got something from that. I'm going to end the video here, so as always, take care, and I will catch you in the next one.